Welcome, everybody, tonight to the update and the program for day 63. Unbelievable. Of course, we say that each night, but it's very believable. Very believable. Stephen Terry Olsgaard checking in from Marysville, California. Nathan Fody, appreciate that, brother. Good evening, PG in Ukraine. Crew, appreciate your devoted work. It has really helped in conversations with the people of the country of California. I'm glad, man. Also out there in California, praise report, Diana Tarleton. You guys remember probably a week ago, she requested prayer for some friends that were serving in Ukraine trying to get out. And we've got confirmation. They're back safely into California. So awesome. I love that statement right there. Good evening, fellow Ukraine supporters checking in from Jamestown, Pennsylvania. Tonight, folks, gonna be fantastic. We are full. God bless you there, Paul Kiss, our Canadian American representative. Tonight, full hour, lots of things. It's unbelievable. Wilberforce, welcome to you, my friend from Missouri. Thank you for the IA support. Folks, it's unbelievable how much changes every 23 hours. It's like crazy. And in the last 23 hours, it has been no different. So a lot to cover in the next 52 minutes. We will knock it all out. And I don't know, Zhenya may pop in here. I already have him in here. And we're going to play that for you in just a moment. Our friends from Finland were able to make it home. Eric Wilson, I see you. You've got the Ukrainian flag flying strong there. Jeremy Teeple checking in from Canada. Yeah. Tonight, interesting. So we're going to begin the night by saying thank you for all of your support. Thank you for everything that you are doing to be a part of this update each night. The financial giving. I know I was waiting for one thing, and let's see here. $86,932 is our number. And I know some more came in, so that's not accounted for that yet. So we're over $87,000 in money raised to support Ukraine. And as you are going to see in just a moment, of course, we set a goal initially for 10,000. Next thing you know, we were at 20. Next thing, 30. Here we are at 87,000. So we're shooting for 100 now, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to happen because this is the best crew supporting Ukraine. But you're going to see in just a moment why we have to keep supporting. It's quite a bit going on. So we're going to start tonight with PZ, with Pastor Zhenya, and a continuation of where in the world is Waldo, or rather, Zheka. Check test 1, 2, 3. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
What on earth are you doing?
At this moment, wait for guys could help me fix a car.
Okay, so the vehicle's broken down?
Yeah, completely. The rear right wheel froze.
So it won't spin?
Absolutely. Zero.
So you were driving down the road on the way back to Ukraine and...
Yeah, then it stuck.
You are... where are you at right
on the
now?
highway.
I know you're on the
Close
highway. What town
close
are you
to
near?
Lublin.
Lublin?
Lublin.
Let me see here. Lublin.
I've sent you geoposition.
I got it. There's Lublin right there, folks. I'll zoom it in for us here. Lublin's here. So, border of Ukraine is here. So we're getting close. All right. Well, that changes things. So you just enjoying the Polish highway?
Yeah, I do enjoy the guys with a good heart who left all their families, and two Polish guys came to help. And they're trying to do it. It's already more than 1 hour.
So it's done until it's fixed.
Yes, it cannot. I can't move. I was trying. There is tracks. I
Right?
don't know. Will it be possible to see? I don't know. Oh yeah. Do
Okay.
you see the track?
Oh, you're just dragging the tire.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, remember, we are raising humanitarian support for all of these missions, ministries, supplying aid to Ukraine. That includes fixing these vehicles as well. They've been driving thousands of kilometers delivering materials. So remember, that one Applebee's meal a week donated to blwc.org. We've got to get this vehicle fixed so we can keep rolling. All right. Oh man, I'm sorry. So is the van loaded?
Yeah, sure. The guys who were speaking, they were hating to see it.
So
Said, "Are you kidding?"
Is it possible that the van is overloaded?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think it's okay with the weight. It's like.
Well,
It's a new, not. A bit. I would say this one spent a lot of kilometers.
Yes, it has. And we're going to get it fixed.
It has. It's already third engine on it.
Do they have a projection when you can get off that road? It's dangerous.
Yes, there is. Let me show it to you. These guys are helping, and this seriously, and they're trying to save, not just help me, but to save other drivers.
Folks, this is live right now. A couple of hours before going live on the program. But Jane and I are talking in real time right now. A couple of hours prior to. He buzzed me and said, I have a problem. We even have our own marker?
Yes.
Ukraine has come to Poland and shut the entire highway system down. Oh my goodness, bro. Well, let's talk about this. Since you're there and there's nothing you can do, what's the temperature outside? You cold or you okay?
It's 10 Celsius, which is okay.
It's
having
warmer
jacket.
It's warmer than here in Pennsylvania. We had snow today.
Really?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
So
I see the changes. The other guy came. One more guy came with the needed tools. So
beautiful.
I think now it will go faster.
I'm gonna quickly get it fixed. Did it destroy your tire?
I don't think so.
I'm sure dragging it down the freeway there in Poland didn't destroy the tire. You'll have a nice bumpy ride to the Ukrainian border. All right.
Yes. Don't worry.
Well, in other things, and I won't hold you. I know y'all are busy there, and we can check back in maybe later. What's your plan tonight? Once that's fixed, keep going?
Driving. Yes, driving till the morning.
Okay, so the goal's Khmelnytsky.
Yes.
Okay.
That's for sure.
All right.
We need to pick up one staff in Lviv on the way.
Okay.
And we cannot delay it. So.
Okay. So we're on the way to the border, then to Lviv, and then to Khmelnytsky.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Correct.
All right. Well, we'll check back. Hopefully we can check back when we are live, but I want to show this a couple of hours prior to. And man, some crazy things going on today. I'm going to show Zolik made sure I had the translation perfect, but I actually understood it very well on Putin's declaration, don't mess with us. I'm going to show that. I've got a video in from Volyn down in Mariupol, and got quite a bit of stuff I'm going to share tonight. So it's really good. It's crazy what's going on. And I know you were not on last night, but it appears you and I have talked about it quite a few times, and that is that Transnistria region is going to play into this war, and we see it already. I sent you the title of the program yesterday, and it was called the Moldova mistake. And I personally believe this is going to be a mistake. I don't know who for. It's either going to be a mistake for Russia or it's going to be a mistake for NATO. One of the two, it's going to be a mistake for. And Ukraine, of course, caught in the middle. But we'll see. We're watching it. But, you know, this is why people come here each evening. We're telling them many times what's happening before it happens. And the other thing that's cool is Ukraine came out today and said that a lot of the operations and some of the explosions that are happening in Russia, do not think that's Russia doing it. We're getting involved in protecting our land, and we've got to stop some of these fuels and some of these trains. And I'm happy to see that.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. The best is yet to come.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, we got a couple hours before the program. You stay safe there and get the vehicle fixed and freeze on me. Folks, hopefully we'll have him back as well. All right. I got him back after the freeze frame. So what I was saying was go ahead and get that vehicle fixed. And since you're traveling during the night anyway, I'll message you. And maybe you can check back in when you're live, and hopefully we'll see you rolling in the vehicle.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Everything else good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Slava
you.
Bogu.
Thank you.
Slava Ukraina.
Богу навіки слава. І
Героям слава.
Героям слава.
No. Бог достоин. No. Бог достоин. Бог великий, и он достоин славы.
Да, аминь.
Да,
аминь.
Первый фраз ты учил меня. Хорошо. Люблю вас. Пока-пока.
Пока.
All right, folks, there you have it. Man, I was loving watching some of your comments. So, no, that was just a couple of hours ago. Zhenya was preparing to be on live with me, and he buzzed me a couple of hours ago and goes, hey, man, we've got a problem. I do want to give a shout out here for a couple of comments. You guys are awesome. Don Gentilini, thank you. Your coverage is beyond any other source I've seen. God's hands upon you for the time to encourage Ukraine in this crisis. Historical coverage. You're welcome. Wait till you see Volyn in just a few minutes. And then, of course, Beardy, thank you. Blessings to IA. Ricochet, what is the real deal about the Twitter post of troops moving in Romania towards the Moldova-Ukraine border? That's because I'm going to show you why tonight, but remember, maybe you don't know because we haven't been talking about Romania, but Romania is NATO. And folks, unless something changes, Russia's going to be in Moldova. Point blank. And they're going to be right on the border of NATO. And I'm going to show you why in just a few moments. So yes, troops are being repositioned. We're very close to NATO being involved in this war. It's that close. And I'm going to show you a comment and the speech of Vladimir Putin in just a moment. The other thing is, I have to say this, Wilberforce, I never imagined I'd watch a live stream of a van broke down on the side of the road in Poland. You know what happens? This is what happens. You begin to develop relationship with these people. UIA guys, we've chatted on our platform for months and months and months. And now you've popped over here. Now through that, you've come to know Zhenya. And so, of course, not only that, let me add this to it. The last 25 seconds, you're listening to two guys speak Russian, and you're just watching it, enjoying it. Well, folks, how about the next update? And yes, it is time we get him a better van. We've got to fix this, folks. This is a problem. Beardy Day, good is greater than evil. And my friend, Gani King checking in from Manila, the Philippines. Good Thursday morning to you, my dear friend. All right, folks. Now, guess what happened? Right after that, a little while later, just a little while later, I received another update.
Here is update. The guys who were trying to fix our car couldn't find in the late time. It was almost 1 morning. So they had to use the only part they had. I mean, like, close part. And so we can't drive to Ukraine. We need to wait till the morning. And they did help us to drive out of highway, and we have to sleep in the car because there is no place. There is no other place to sleep. And here's the Andrew is already sleeping. Seems to be, and I'm preparing. Oh, okay.
There you have it. Now, he sent me that just a few minutes ago. So that's what they're doing. They're sleeping not the side of the road, wherever the guys were able to get them off with some part that could at least move the wheel. And I saw somebody saying the wheel bearing froze up. I'm sure you guys know I'm not a mechanic, but I know one thing. They're stuck in Poland. So I'll keep updated with them. Probably before I go to sleep tonight, I will have already spoken to Zhenya again. I'm sure they will be rolling very early trying to get that van fixed. So we're going to work on that, folks. We're going to get that solved. Quite a bit happened today, and I've got some really interesting things to share with you. The first thing, this was shared with me earlier on the left. I've got two statements here. The greatest weapon like I said, it's time to get a new van. He's on his third engine and sleeping when he needs to be driving. That is true, folks. And I will tell you this, because a lot of times, it's just what I'm permitted to share. A lot of times we have to share it after the fact. But what he's supposed to be picking up in Lviv has a time sensitivity on it, and it's very important. So now that we see another need, and we're north of 87K now, we're going to need even more. So just remember, you can go here to www.blwc.org. Just scroll right down, give to Ukraine, click the button. That's it. And every penny plus more goes there. So thank you for your faithfulness, and you're seeing it in action. I think Pastor Kent wants to get the guy a new van, and his roof is leaking. All right, folks, we got to get the guy a van. That's it. He's my partner. All right, here we go, folks. The greatest weapon is not a gun or a bomb. It's the control of information. Think about that. To control the world's information is to manipulate all the minds that consume it. Spot on. To the right of that, I'm going to tell you what's getting ready to happen. Mikhail Podolyak, of course, one of the government representatives. We follow him. He is in the president's council. Very, very powerful guy there in Ukraine. Great guy. He put out a tweet today saying that Russian propaganda has no bottom. Freedom of speech is dead in Russia. But this is what we need to pay attention. I'm going to show you a couple of things in just a few minutes. The Minister of Defense plans a press tour. This is set up. This is legitimate. It's a press tour for Mariupol. And of course, the press is going to be Russian, not Western journalists. They're going to show the Russian, and then after they flood Russia, then they're going to bring the Western media in. So they're going to show all of Russia first, then they're going to invite the Western media in to Mariupol. But the reality is it's not real, because they are showing, you ready for this? The Russian media, they're going to go and show them Rostov, and the Russian media is going to report back. These are all propagandists back to the people watching television in Russia that Mariupol is fine, but they're actually going to show the pictures of Rostov. All the intelligence already knows this. This is a fact. But they're going to let the Western media at some point see Mariupol, of course, under the control of Russia, what they control and what they see. So the Western world, of which we already do, we see Mariupol. But the Russian world, they're actually going to see Rostov, but they're going to be told that that is Mariupol. Today, and I'm thankful, listen, Facebook, some of you are watching on Facebook right now. The best platform to watch and participate on is YouTube, because it's just easier. It's just better. But thankful for our church Facebook, also my personal Facebook, and all of you guys that share on Facebook. It's more comfortable for you. That's cool. We can stream to multiple platforms. YouTube just makes it easier. And it's just a lot better interface. But today, Facebook, here's what you need to understand about Facebook. They control the narrative. And I know you all know that. But they not only control the narrative in the United States, and this is why Elon Musk buying Twitter just threw a monkey wrench into the world. But Facebook has different analytics and controls that they run not just for America, but for each individual nation. For example, experts and analytics have come out. And on Facebook, users from Slovakia, Austria, Hungary, of course, Italy, Argentina right now. Now, this is Facebook, not talking about other news, other platforms. Facebook, their analytics and experts are showing that users and viewers in Slovakia, Austria, Hungary, Italy, Argentina prefer the Russian propaganda argument of it is not so simple to understand what happened in Bucha. Shows you the power of media. Some of those countries are allies to Ukraine. Some of those countries are not. But on the Facebook platform, people are preferring the story supporting Russia. Good news for an American company, General Motors. Today, they delivered 50 brand new Tahoes to Ukraine. They're there. Not only that, General Motors employees gave $300,000 for fuel. 50 Tahoes are to be used to deliver humanitarian aid. Wait a second. Can we get one of those Tahoes to Zhenya? That's what we need to do. There we go. There's 50 of them there. Wonder if we can do that. They're there, given by General Motors, and even the money to put fuel in them. So, hey, kudos to an American company, General Motors. Right here's the map of what's been happening today. I'll give you a little bit bigger image. Russian propaganda is crazy. Russian talk shows blows my mind. You're going to understand something in just a moment. I'm going to show you the master, Vladimir Putin, make a statement. I'm going to have it translated for you. Today, active hits, not just warning sirens. Warning sirens have been ringing throughout every oblast. If I showed you that map, it would all be red. But active hits today. First of all, on the left, the purple squiggly, that would be the Transnistria. There was another attack today in the Transnistria. That's the fourth attack, and this time a munition depot was attacked, and I'm going to show you the tweet. But Transnistria has done their investigation, and 100% Ukraine attacked them. Folks, Ukraine is doing some attacks go across the map into the blue. That's Belgorod. Yes, it's confirmed. Ukraine is doing some attacks in that region. They're counterattacking, trying to stop the flow of soldiers, weapons, fuel. It makes sense. But on the left, the purple, it's absolutely not Ukraine. It makes no sense for Ukraine to attack the Transnistria. It's not even logical. Sure, we want to give a reason for them, the enemy, to roll in more troops and surround us even more. No, that doesn't make sense at all. Unless they actually want or think, and there's some planning that we do not even know about. Okay, well, let's get Russia into Moldova, and then maybe NATO will jump in because they literally will be on the border with Romania. I doubt that, but maybe. But everything we've been told, I've seen, I've heard, Genius heard, our other friends have heard, Ukraine did not do the attacks in the Transnistria. It's Russian false flag events to give a reason to get their troops in. Bottom, right in the middle there. Remember last night I showed you the map of the bridge that was hit, therefore forcing movement towards Moldova and the Transnistria region from Ukraine, cutting off that entire southern region there below Odessa. Well, today, that bridge was hit again. That's been struck again. Today, Mykolaiv, Kherson. I'm going to show you some video from Kherson in just a moment. Of course, Mariupol, Zaporozhye, Dnipro, Donetsk, Kramatorsk, right before we were going on air, being bombarded. I'm sorry for my refugee friends that are here in Pennsylvania, but Poltava was hit very hard today. Kharkiv, Sumy is being shelled all over again. And of course, the blue on the right is the Russian territory that Ukraine does say, yes, we have been hitten. This is the tweet from the RNA Novosti. That is the Transnistria News. It is a report from the defense minister. I know you can't read it, but I'll read it for you. Ukraine did the attacks in the Transnistria. That was tweeted today at 2:38 in the afternoon. Their investigation is done, and Ukraine has done those attacks. Right after that, the president of Moldova, her name is Maya Sandu, she made her statement. And now you're going to understand very clearly why this is a mistake. It's either a mistake for Russia or a mistake for NATO. But Moldova, you're going to understand why. This is what she said. She acknowledged that Moldova is not ready for war. Here are the details. The Moldovan president has acknowledged that currently the country, you ready for this, has no active army. And this situation needs to be changed. She said in her speech on the occasion of the 30th anniversary, so crazy, for creating a general staff and the national army and National State Flag Day. So on the 30th anniversary of creating their general staff and their army, they forgot to create an army. I mean, we've got generals, we've got a flag, we have a country, we've got people. Man, forgot the army. In 30 years, Moldova's army has turned out to be without equipment, supplies, and armor. Now we realize the consequences. That is a quote from President Maya Sandu today. Now you can begin to understand the picture even a little bit clearer. If Russia moves in to the Transnistria, they're already there with 1,500 soldiers, but if they really move in, Moldova will not fight. They have nothing to fight with. Instantly, Russia will take Moldova any second they want to. And absolutely, Vladimir Putin knows that. Speaking of Vladimir Putin, that moves me to something that's going to interest you today. Today, Vladimir Putin made a speech. Today, Vladimir Putin made a speech. What about the lack of fuel? You have new cars, but what about fuel? Yeah, that's a problem, especially when 40% of the refinery structure in Ukraine has been destroyed. But NATO, when they are supplying arms, of course, a part of that should be fuel, not only for the defense, but also to get fuel in for the humanitarian aid and the work of people. The nation needs to keep operating, even in a wartime. So Putin making his speech today, these are statements that he made, and then I'm going to play you a clip that I have translated for you. All the tasks of the special military operation in Ukraine and Donbass will be unconditionally fulfilled. Now, this is day 63, and these are direct quotes from Vladimir Putin. Secondly, he said, the West has relied on Russophobia and neo-Nazism. Third, he said the world has made Ukraine anti-Russia. Let me think about that for a moment. The world has made Ukraine anti-Russia? No. Folks, in all the years that I've been working there, there was no anti-Russia. Sure, you have the jokes between countries, but there are even family members across the borders. Ukrainians would take a weekend trip and go visit St. Petersburg. It's a beautiful city. Go to Moscow and go shopping in Gum at Red Square. Russians would come to Kyiv. You would go back and forth across the borders. That's baloney. The world didn't make Ukraine anti-Russia. Let me tell you what made the Ukraine anti-Russia. When you stole Crimea, when you ripped off Lugansk, when you ripped off Donetsk, now you want to rip off Kherson. You're bombing our cities and killing our babies. Maybe that is why they are anti-Russia. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason, sir. Fourth thing he said, we will respond to attempts to isolate the Russian Federation. Next, Ukraine was pushed into a clash with Russia. No, they were pulled into a clash with Russia the moment you started dropping bombs. Next. Now this one, he's probably somewhat accurate. The plans for the economic strangulation of Russia have failed. Of course, Europe's still buying gas, and he has the rest of the world to do deals with, especially India and China and Iran. North Korea, they have nothing, but they're buddies, but no economics there. And then finally, he said, more and more foreign mercenaries appear in Ukraine. The Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation will soon present some of the detainees from among them, basically saying we have other nationals who have been supporting Ukraine as prisoners of war. Now, I'm going to play you a video clip. I may have to play it twice because I want to make sure you can read it. I pulled out about 30, 40 seconds and translated it for you. And this is in the part of the speech where he was talking about if other nations get involved. Here it is. And this was today.
Если кто-то, подчеркну еще раз, если кто-то вознамерится вмешаться в происходящие события со стороны, то они должны знать, да, и будут создавать для России неприемлемые для нас угрозы стратегического характера, они должны знать, что наш ответ на встречные удары будут молниеносными, быстрыми. У нас есть для этого все инструменты, такие, которыми не может сейчас похвастаться никто, а мы хвастаться не будем. Мы будем их использовать, если потребуется.
Did you catch it? I'll play it for you one more time.
Если кто-то, подчеркну еще раз, если кто-то вознамерится вмешаться в происходящие события со стороны, то они должны знать, да, и будут создавать для России неприемлемые для нас угрозы стратегического характера, они должны знать, что наш ответ на встречные удары будут молниеносными, быстрыми. У нас есть для этого все инструменты, такие, которыми не может сейчас похвастаться никто, а мы хвастаться не будем. Мы будем их использовать, если потребуется.
So there you have it. I played it for you twice, directly out of Vladimir Putin's mouth today. And the translation at the bottom that you were reading was perfect. I had it double checked and triple checked. So that is exactly what he was stating about the response. Now, of course, that's because we're getting very, very close to man, you have no clue what you're talking about, but I respect you. Khersonskaya Respublika. This is the new flag of Kherson. What tools is he referring to? He does know the U.S. exists. Yeah. You know what's interesting? I made a run to Walmart real quick a couple of hours ago. I had to pick up a couple of things. And I had a guy with me who's a Navy veteran. We were in there together. He was helping me pick up a few things. And another guy came in who had a Navy uniform on in the middle of Greenville, Pennsylvania. Kind of strange, but he's been recruiting over in Youngstown, Ohio. So as he walked past, I said, "Thank you for your service." He said, "Man, you're welcome." And then the buddy that was with me started talking to him, and they started talking Navy talk because he's a Navy veteran. My grandfather was a World War II Navy veteran. And the guy works on submarines, but right now he's doing some recruiting. And I just asked him a question. He doesn't know what I do. He doesn't know anything. I just asked him out of the blue after him and my buddy were chatting. I said, "Hey, man, would you like to go over to the Black Sea and take care of this?" He said, "You have no idea how everybody that is in the United States Navy wants to go in this. We need one day." I said, "Yeah, I know, bud." So the deal is, all right, sir, you have no clue what you're talking about. Let me put a dude in timeout. Thank you for your comments, but unless you've been there, sorry, wrong channel, wrong time. Khersonskaya Respublika. This is what you are seeing. This is the region of Kherson, which is 100% a Ukrainian city, of course, that has been taken over, occupied. Now the young men are being put into the Russian army. People are having to exchange food for kind of bowing down to the movement. You know, when this war started 63 days ago, I was showing you videos in Melitopol. I was showing you videos in Kherson. And remember, like, there would be thousands of people and they would be out there singing and, you know, peacefully protesting the invasion, waving their flags and saying, "Kherson, Ukraine, Kherson, Ukraine, Melitopol, Ukraine." Now, all of these cities have fallen. But today, I want to give you the update of what happened and the power of media. So coming up in the next few days, there is supposed to be a referendum, and this will be the new flag of the Kherson region. But today, there was a protest in Kherson by Ukrainians, but it was just a few, like 100, not the thousands that were before, because many people are afraid now, or they have left. As they were protesting peacefully, there were shots fired, flashbangs, tear gas, 4 injuries, and it looks like 1 man is going to lose his life. None of that is in this video, but I just want you to see what happened. And then, this is during the daytime, I'm going to show you what unfolded after this. Everything from today. So smokes, flashes. I'm not really sure what the last one was. Right after that, they are dragging the older gentleman off, and I think he has lost his life, last I heard. So that's what happened during the daytime. Then after that, when it became dark tonight, this is what happened. This is downtown Kherson. This is where one of the missiles ended up in a family's home.
Ребята.
So that's Kherson. Now here's what's interesting. So you had the protests during the day, and already the referendum's coming, and I've the flag's right here, the Khersonskaya Respublika, meaning the Kherson Republic, and then we see the missile attacks and the shelling in Kherson, right in the center. But isn't it interesting what happens next? Folks, this Russian propaganda at its finest.
По Херсону буквально несколько минут назад прилетела ракета .У, ее удалось сбить ПВО, которое здесь находится в городе. Вот детали разлетели здесь в огромном количестве. Вот это до сих пор дымится. Повреждения очень большие, очень масштабные.
This was a very big explosion, very big attack.
Осколки, они здесь разбросаны практически везде.
These are pieces of the missile that hit.
Сейчас будет хорошо видно. От нее крупные осколки вот здесь.
Look over here. Here's another piece of it.
Вот это.
Oh, look at the name on it.
По всему.
Oh, definitely.
Большая.
It's
вот
Ukraine.
Еще
It's
одна.
big.
Тоже большая.
Also big.
Прилетела прямо сюда. Это центр города. Самый центр Херсона.
Of Kherson. Now listen. What else do you need to know? They're protesting during the day. Medic Trevor says that's even a war crime, using tear gas during occupation. You can't use it. I love having military guys in here who knew all the rules and keep me straight. Ricochet said yes and no on the military side. I get both opinions, of course, and we love to talk and look at both ways. I have no doubt if the U.S. is called to get involved, it will be gloves off. It will be gloves off, I hope. if we get involved to that level. But I really want to set your heart at ease tonight, and that is this. Here's the deal. Man, I love it. If this escalates to a NATO operation, the United States gets involved, et cetera, et cetera. Just trust me. They have no chance. They have no chance. Their military infrastructure, apart from their missiles and apart from their nukes, is still from the 70s and the 80s. They're just overwhelming Ukraine, but they cannot overwhelm the United States or NATO. It is not possible. I've been there. I've seen their stuff. I've talked to my friends. I've been on Russian military bases. It can't happen. We have the greatest military in the world. And if it goes gloves off, and I understand both opinions on it, no problem. But if it goes gloves off, 24 hours. I know it sounds like a joke, but I'm very serious. 24 hours. One aircraft carrier. This was the title from the night, 1940, The Evacuation from Dunkirk. And I'm believing for and calling for a miracle in Mariupol. I received a video, as you guys have known if you've been following, which you have. I've been communicating with Sergei Volin, and I'm actually communicated with him today. I have a video from him directly from the bunkers under Azovstal in Mariupol, where he is asking for a miracle. He makes a reference. It's translated for you, ready to go. He is the one that kind of inspired the title of the program tonight. He reminds the world that there was a time, even when Adolf Hitler, no matter what happened, whether Hitler decided to slow down, and there's many theories, and all you World War II historians, there's lots of options. Weather, mud, Hitler decided to chill for a moment. Hitler needed to reorganize his troops. Whatever. It doesn't matter. There was a miracle evacuation at Dunkirk. 338,000 soldiers were saved. And that was the point where Winston Churchill made his famous speech, "We shall fight on the beaches." So no matter what happened, there was still a miracle in Dunkirk. That's what we need in Mariupol. Folks, it's not just the 1,000 or 2,000 under Azovstal. There's people all throughout Mariupol, and it needs to happen now. And right after Volin talks to us tonight, I'm going to tell you why it needs to happen right now. Here it is. This is Sergei Volin. This is the guy I've been talking to under the Azovstal in Mariupol.
Меня зовут Сергей, мой позывной Волына. Я временно выполняю обязанности командира 36-й бригады морской пехоты. 62 дня ведем боевые действия в полном окружении. Сейчас территориально находимся на заводе «Азовсталь». В нашей группировке есть более 600 раненых парней. Им очень нужна медицинская помощь. Здесь нет ни условий, ни медикаментов, ни персонала, который мог бы им помочь. У нас есть гражданские раненые, которым мы тоже даем помощь, насколько мы можем. С нами здесь находятся еще гражданские люди, их здесь сотни, здесь десятки детей, здесь много людей с ограниченными возможностями, много стариков. Ситуация очень сложная. Есть проблемы огромные с водой, едой. Я провел обращение ко всем мировым лидерам. Я обращался к мировым дипломатам. Я обращался к папе Франциску. Я кричал, насколько я мог, чтобы нас услышали и применили к нам процедуру экстракшн. Я хочу поставить в пример операцию по спасению в 1940 году Вторая мировая война, Великобритания и Франция в ходе боевых действий оказались на побережье Франции. И немецкие войска их полностью окружили, и от Гитлера лично поступил приказ остановиться и не вести подальше разгром, что дало возможность избежать катастрофы союзным государствам и провести эвакуацию. Во время эвакуации было спасено более 300 сотен тысяч людей. Спасали людей и гражданские, и военные, и разнообразные организации, и люди, которым было просто не все равно. Сегодня мой основной посыл. Спасите гарнизон Мариуполь. Проведите к нам процедуру экстракшн. Сегодня 940 год, сегодня 2022 год. Люди здесь просто погибнут. Раненые умрут. Гражданские погибают здесь вместе с нами в бункерах, в частных домах, в многоэтажках, где их просто расстреливают. Город практически стерт с лица земли.
There you have it, guys. That is, I don't know. Could you see his breath coming out? It's cold. I like your thinking, but the international community would have to push into the Black Sea. Turkey needs to open the straits and let additional ships, countries, Black Sea, need to make it happen. Absolutely. Yeah, agree with you 100%. If this is why I suggested last night that Moldova is going to be a mistake. And I don't know if it's going to be a mistake for Russia or it's going to be a mistake for NATO. Folks, we're very, 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 very close to World War III. Very. Putin was not playing in his statement today. Yes, their technology is outdated. Yes, they have masses. Our technology is so far above theirs. And when Ukraine continues to receive or begins to receive the heavy weapons, which are coming, this thing could go sideways regardless. The bottom line is there is a genocide happening in Ukraine and it needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped. That's it. And if it was if it was happening in Germany, we'd be calling the same thing. If it was happening in Poland, we'd say the same thing. It just happens to be in a country that I've given over 25 years of my life to. And Russia, 28. 94, 04, 14, 24, minus 2, 28 years. So we know the region well. I'm very thankful, like I can get videos like that from, Sergei Volin. That's as real as you can get. That's under the Azovstal plant. And usually about 1 a.m., I check on him. I send him my nightly message and make sure all's good. And he will respond back. It'll be early morning there about 8 where he responds, says, we're good. So I will send that message and keep updated with him. Now, why is this important that we need a miracle in Mariupol? Because this is what's coming, folks. This was released today, and that is Russia is planning their governmental layout of this Lugansk, Donetsk, and then you push over towards Kherson, Mykolaiv, Zaporozhye, Mariupol, of course, Odessa, then pushing over to Moldova. But they have already set up the governmental districts that Mariupol will be a part of the Rostov-on-Don region, not the Donetsk region. So you can see coming down that map right there, the different explosions in Lugansk, of course, and Donetsk, Slavyansk, Donetsk region, Lugansk region. Don't really worry about that. Coming down is the border between Russia and Ukraine, the real border. And then I just put the green line in there where the Russian border comes across, and what they want to do, and it's already documented, they want to absorb Mariupol into the Rostov-on-Don region, not leave it in Donetsk. They want it into the Rostov-on-Don. So we need a Mariupol miracle, and that's one of the reasons why. World War II, there is a movie that came out, and of course, I don't remember the title of it. I should have looked it up to remember it. I do remember it now. The Monument Men. It was the movie that showed how Nazi Germany not only was exterminating people, exterminating Jews, killing everything that moved, but also stealing art and treasures from the lands that they would conquer. The picture I'm showing you there is the Mariupol Art Museum, of course. That is before it was destroyed. That's what it used to look like. In that museum, many, many famous Ukrainian works of art, as well as international art pieces. Remember, Mariupol, a port city, a tourist city, an industrial city. They would receive, tourists and guests. So they had a wonderful art museum. Well, before it was destroyed, all of the art, and now it was confirmed today, has been stolen, gone. Not only there, now they're discovering that monies, arts, treasures, anything. Remember, it's just plundering, looting. They're just gone. And it's nothing but World War II all over again. Mykolaiv, we're closing up right here. No water, 10 days. You may ask, how big is Mykolaiv? Didn't Russia steal art too? Yeah, everybody stole art. Holocaust Remembrance Day is tomorrow. 11 million plus lost their lives. Don't think the world will let it happen again. Ricochet, I want to agree with you. And I also hope for the same. But right now, it's happening. And I know the numbers are not in the millions, but I've got news for you. They're way bigger than you think they are. Nobody knows how many people have died throughout eastern Ukraine right now. Nobody. Not even Ukraine, nor Russia. Nobody knows. But time will tell. Mykolaiv. How big's Mykolaiv? 500,000 people. It's being bombed continually. It is a major target for the Russian invasion, and it has no water, and it's not going to get water. Why? Because the main stations of pumping and the infrastructure has been destroyed and now is occupied in zones where Russia is controlling it through shelling. Nobody can get in to fix the infrastructure necessary to deliver water to the city. It's not going to happen unless the Russian Federation is pushed back. Finally, the last thing, I want to pay a tribute tonight, as we always do when I come across random stories or a soldier. Remember the mother of 12 kids. She had 6, adopted 6, 48 years old, working as a medic, gave her life for her country. I've shown you pictures of older people that survived World War II and Hitler and died in a bomb from Russia so many years later. Well, folks, this is the family that had a funeral today in Odessa. On the right is the 3-month-old little baby girl. In the middle is the mother, and on the left is the grandmother. I've received more details about that, and it's extremely sad. The baby was in the crib, and mama and grandma were resting on a bed near the baby. Cruise missile, bullseye, killed them all. So tonight, we give a final tribute to that family, a grandmother, a mother, and a 3-month-old baby in Odessa, just sleeping in their beds, gone. May God bless them. Folks, thank you. What a good night, full night. Of course, tomorrow we'll make sure Zhenya is doing well and updated. And yes, we have a new mission. It's time to get that cat a new van. So we'll be on that for sure. And we will all accomplish great things together. Who knows what's going to happen, but we'll see in the next 23 hours. May the Lord bless you, keep you, peace upon you, and peace upon Ukraine. And thank you guys for the great conversation. Thank you for talking back and forth. Thank you. We don't always have to agree. That's cool. No problem. We can have conversations about it and try to figure it out. You guys have a lot of experience that I don't have. I just have the cultural, and I know Ukraine and lots of connections. So it's all working together. We thank you. God bless you. See you in 23 hours. Good night.